Greetings and salutations. There we go. I'm going to put this here and this here. Not that that matters as much. Hopefully you guys are having a great Friday. Hopefully you've been watching some baseball, the baseball playoffs. Hopefully you've been having some fun. This is Don Blomdahl, Hall of Fame and more with Hall of Fame Biography, episode number 300 to end the 11th of October. We finally made it to episode 300. Can you imagine? We've done 300 episodes of Hall of Fame's biographies. My, oh my. And yes, I did start a little bit earlier. I was going to do it earlier, but I was working on some other stuff. Had to wait. Ended up getting I guess it's DoorDash. I got a DoorDash order from somebody in the channel. I don't know if Lawkins here or not. I bought her. We got back from my wife's appointment this morning. Got some good news and some not so good news. I'll go into that just a little bit with my wife's neurology follow-up appointment. Give you an update on that. Might be having another spell in the hospital. Well, I'll explain all that in a little bit here. But oh wow, good. Check the different. Oh wait, no, that's right. But maybe he tried to find some. It looked like this one came from Lake Stevens, Washington to Arlington, and Locka99 sent me a order from Walgreens, a DoorDash delivery. That was pretty interesting. We'll go into that in just a little bit. And then we do have a book that somebody sent me. Somebody said I was going to be having a book coming my way from the modernbaseball.com. Modernbaseball.com. Okay, it's something to do with the longballers.com. It says on the tape and stuff, it says the modernbaseball.com, and then it says logoballers.com. But I think it's a book. We're going to go into that one a little bit later. We'll open that up. That I got delivered today from the post office. That came UPS ground delivery. All right. But we are, as of yesterday, we are standing at 132 entries into our the Padres space case. You be nice. That was yeah, I know they could have ended in San Diego, and San Diego could have been gone to the next round in the playoffs, but they got to play one more game in LA. Is that game tonight? Game 5 tonight, and a Padres win. That would be in a way that would be nice, yeah. But the best team will win, whichever one that might be. But we're gonna have some fun today, at least here, right? We do have a couple of thumbs up so far. Don't forget thummies up, thummies up, thummies up for me. I did have God is Great was in here first, early at 2 o'clock. I think I saw him in here first. He was here at 2:02. Sorry for making you hang out for an hour there, Titus, but I did read your video response yesterday, and I am praying for you and kind of like your whole situation there with everything you've got going on, working in that type of hospital with leukemia, cancer, and those type it's. I take it, is it like in the States here, we have a lot of children's hospitals? Is that where these kids are generally? Is it in a children's hospital? I'll see your comment in a little bit. But God is Great. Let me get God is Great logged in here. Okay. Then next we got is Big Raise ball cards. Okay. Then after Big Ray, we've got Sean the Jedi Master. Okay. Space Case cards. God is great. God is great. Sean the Jedi Master. Matty Ice cards in the house. Right. Matty Sean. Matty. Logan is in the house. I see you did send me something afterwards there, Jason. Thank you very much. You didn't have to do this, but I will share with the channel what you did do. And we will find out for our compensation package. But driver use only. One piece, note, contactless. All right. But I do like that. It was totally unexpected. Pickup after time 9, deliver time by 10 a.m. And it probably did come while we were gone. So when we came home from my wife's neurology appointment, gone over the CT scan that we had earlier this week, it was sitting on the porch. But that's okay. We do have good neighbors, and they do keep an eye on it. I got some military guys. We got a sheriff that lives across the street from us over this way. But we have real good neighbors. Somebody from the post office works next. Lives next door to me, and she's pretty nice and stuff. And we kind of watch out for each other. We do kind of watch out for each other, but that is always a blessing. So we've got everybody. Let me go through. We got Big Ray's ball cards. God is great. Lock-in 99. Matty Ice cards. Sean the Jedi Master. And Space Case cards. All get 2 plus. And then we'll get into our trivia in just a minute here. All right. So I've got that in place. We've got 132 entries, again, as of yesterday. At the end of our stream, please remind me so I don't space it out and forget. This is Friday, the end of the week. We are going to have our Wheel of Names drawing for the prizes. Again, we've got all 10 prizes available on the Wheel of Names, September, October 2024. All right. Nobody gets a last chance today because our wheel is filled up with 1,000 names. The Wheel of Fortune today, yes. Bernie H is in the house. That's right, I didn't end yet, did I? That's okay. So we got Chuck Nasty Sports is in the house. Bernie, hold on, Bernie H. With a 2 plus. We got Chuck. With a 2 plus. Who else do we got? We got Bernie, we got Matty Ice, Space Case. Okay, let me go down the list one more time. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. I've got Bernie H, Big Ray's Ball Cards, Chuck Nasty Sports, God is Great, Lockin' 99, Matty Ice Cards, Sean the Jedi Master, Space Case Cards, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That means we should have at least 7 thumbs up. I see 3 in the chat. Let me do a quick refresh as we get ready to go into our trivia phase. Again, we'll do today's and we will do the weekend trivia. Okay, so starting next week, we'll be back on full schedule of the 14th being Monday. Will just be a Moments in Baseball, and then Tuesday, the 15th, will be episode 301, which will be Jim Thome, be our Hall of Famer for next Tuesday. Okay. But first up, we've got today, 11 October. We've got 11 October's trivia. This will be a 5-point trivia question with 4 correct answers. So if you get all 4 correct, okay, get all 4 correct, you will get 5 entries into the October-November giveaway. Okay, so baseball history is the title for our trivia for today. And for today's trivia, Maddie, you got a room there to stay for the next 3 days until you can move again. I say Big Ray, does he appear? And this month's questions are hard ones. There we go. Baseball history. Here we go. There was one Jewish MVP in each decade from the 1930s, the 1940s, the 1950s, and the 1960s. Can you name the Jewish MVPs for each of these 4 decades? Again, the baseball birthdays for today, Friday, October 11th, are Dimitri Young, Orlando Hernandez, Eddie Dyer, and Ty Wigington. Okay, so it is Yom Kippur begins at sundown today. But for the baseball birthdays, there was one Jewish MVP in each decade from the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Can you name the 4 for each the names for each decade? Okay. So again, it's going to be who was it in the 1930s? Who was it in the 1940s? Who was it in the 1950s? And who was it in the 1950s? Or 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. So who was it in the 30s? Who was it in the 40s? Who was it in the 50s? And who was it in the 60s? Okay. Did I bury my... Where did I put it? Oh, it's there. I was like, where did I put my water? I gotta have my water. Oh, that was my sister. Okay, let's see. Anybody yet? I don't see anybody. Oh, not Pam Bundy. No. There we go. right? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Greenberg and yep. All you have to do is figure out so which one. Uh, those are all good choices, and Sean got 2 correct so far. Locken got 2 correct so far. But you got to figure out for each year. So for the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s. So just tell me which decade that player belongs to. And just to give you a bit of a help here, so far I only got 2 2-pointers so far, as Greenberg, Koufax, and Rosen. So we actually got the players that are included in this. However, let's see, 30s. Let's see, so Jedi Masters got 30s was Greenberg. Rosen was the 50s. Greenberg was the, well, okay, we're at 3:10, so we're going to end it right now. Koufax is the 60s. Rosen is, okay, so I'm going to go with the one that has the most correct is Rosen was the 50s, so that's wrong. Greenberg was the 30s. Yes, Greenberg was the 30s. Let's see, Space Case says Rosen the 40s. Nope, but Rosen was the 50s. Greenberg's the 50s. No, it's not. Koufax is the 60s. And that's right, Jedi Master. Rosen's the 40s. No. Greenberg's the 30s. Yes. So it looks like Jedi Master got 2 correct. Greenberg the 30s, Koufax the 60s. So the most correct was Sean the Jedi Master with 2. So Sean the Jedi Master, you get 2. You get 2 correct there. And you're the one that had the most correct first. There we go. Okay. So I'll go over it. Okay. The total stats here. Okay. So again, let me do it this way. There was one Jewish MVP in each decade from the 1930s to the 60s. Name them. They are Hank Greenberg with the Tigers, 1935. Hank Greenberg with the Tigers, 1940. Al Rosen with the Indians, 1953. And Sandy Koufax with the Dodgers, 1963. Okay, was a little bit tougher. That's for sure. But Sean the Jedi got that one correct. All right, now we're moving into the weekend. Saturday, October the 12th, 2024. Our birthdays for that day are, the Saturday birthdays are Joe Cronin, Rick Farrell, Tony Kubek, and Sid Fernandez. And the Sunday birthdays for Sunday, October 13th, 2024 are Eddie Matthews, Ruby Waddell, Trevor Hoffman, and Eddie Yost. And our trivia for the weekend is name the player who was in uniform at both the game in which Roger Maris hit his 61st home run and the game in which Aaron hit his 715th homer. Okay? Did you know? Name the player who was in uniform at both the game in which Roger Maris hit his 61st home run and the game in which Hank Aaron hit his 715th home run. Anybody know who that was? This will be 5 points. The same guy? Oh, there were only 3, because remember when I read that, Sean, the Jedi Master, said there was 2 players had two decades, so it was only 3 players. But there are 4 players. There were 4 decades: the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s. The first one had the first 2 decades locked in. So there were only 3 different players, but 4 players, 1 for each decade. That was kind of a trick question. Not Dusty Baker. Not Dusty Baker. Again, the question reads, name the player who was in uniform at both the game in which Roger Maris hit his 61st home run and the game in which Hank Aaron hit his 715th home run. Another tricky one, but very interesting when you hear the answer read to you. Okay, we'll go 2 more minutes to 3:17. I will tell you one side note before I go into what's going on with me and my wife is don't get old, okay? Don't get old. I mean, I'm doing fine. It's the stress of what's going on with my wife is the problem. But it's okay. We're tried and true to the end. All right. The Philly fanatic. I'm already old. Well, Sean, just stay in good health. Let's just put it that way. Stay in good health. So again, one more question. Did you know name the player who was in uniform at both the game in which Roger Maris hit his 61st home run and the game in which Hank Aaron hit his 715th home run? Guess this one was pretty interesting. Not Whitey Ford. We got less than a minute to go at 3:17. I'll go ahead and read the answer and tell you what it would have been if you got it right. Okay. And then I'll go over real quick before we get into the bio for Frank Thomas what's going on with my wife's situation, just so you do know. Joe Torre, nope. Whitey Ford, nope. Clete Boyer, nope. Philly Fanatic, nope. I don't know, nope. Bob Uecker, nope. And it is 3:17. So, name the player who was in uniform at both the game in which Roger Maris hit his 61st home run and the game in which Hank Aaron hit his 715th home run. Okay. Oh, my word. The answer is Al Downing. Al Downing. So nobody actually got it right. Al Downing, the lefty, debuted for the Yankees on July 19, 1961. He allowed 5 earned runs in 1 inning and lost to the Senators. By October 1st, he had appeared in 5 games and pitched to an ERA of 8. on that day with Downing in uniform, but not in the lineup, Maris hit his 61st home run of the season off Boston's Tracy Stollard in the fourth inning of a 1-0 Yankee victory. Pitching for the Dodgers in Atlanta on April the 8th, 1974. Downing surrendered Aaron's 715th career home run that broke Babe Ruth's record. So that was an interesting factoid there, right? So only one person got the trivia today. That was Sean the Jedi, getting 2 out of the 4 possible choices. And now we are going to take a brief break before we get into the biography. Then after the biography, we'll go through my 2 family mail call packages I got today, which were completely 2 different types of packages. But I will show you what Jason got me first when I open up my Deal Dash bag here. And then you think, Deal Dash? Yeah, I guess Deal Dash can just do anything, or DoorDash, not Deal Dash. DoorDash, sorry. Don't mind me. It says Walgreen delivery. That's pretty interesting. I mean, you'll probably know, unless you just said, well, go ahead and convert it to something else. I know you were trying to get, I didn't know Walgreens and Lake Stevens carried the Fairfield, maybe. But that's interesting nonetheless. But 5 games, laugh out loud. These are just getting nasty hard. Well, I guess when they first started out, they were easy, but they can't keep using the same ones. I already got my new calendar for next year. I already got my 2025 calendar for next year. So we'll have another year of baseball trivia next year. Immortal records, team history, and Hall of Famers. So we already got our next one for next year. This is our third. That'll be our 3rd year. This was our 2nd year doing this one. So now I will have my 3rd one coming up. 3rd year doing it. Okay, but yeah, an update on my wife. So as you know, Tuesday I started my stream later because we had an appointment. We had a CT scan done on my wife. Then after that, we had another appointment at the hospital to check her blood levels for what's going on there. And then while we were there during that, the neurologist from her brain surgery were trying to reach out and get in touch with us because the CT scan showed that on the right hand of her head, up in the brain area, there is some swelling. So the brain is still bleeding slightly on this side. So what they're doing, they're erring on caution. We're going to go another week or 2. They're going to get her another CT scan scheduled. They're going to do one more CT scan to see how much of a change since the surgery to this last CT scan we just did to the next one that's coming. And if it looks like it might be changing and getting less, which is what we're praying for, less swelling on the brain. But if anything should happen between now and that next CT scan, we're to go to the emergency room immediately. Because the way it's looking, unless things change or unless God intercedes, she will have to have now. She had her left side is where the big brain bleed was, but it had progressed so much that her whole brain was very bloody. And it's because of her blood thinner that she takes. But she has to take that for life. So it's just a matter of making sure it's regulated at the right blood thinness level so there's no clotting for her heart. Of course, we're waiting for a heart procedure to be done too. So, but that's what's That's what's going on with the situation with my wife and with me. So if she ends up going in for another brain surgery, this time it will be on the right side of the head. It'll be the same thing. She'll probably be in ICU again after the surgery takes place. And possibly, if it just shows on that, if we don't go to the emergency room, they'll get her scheduled in to do the surgery. But once the surgery is done, she'll be in ICU prepping for it. And then once they have her blood levels at the right level they need to be, then yeah, good for you, but could be bad, right? She's been on blood thinners since 1987 when she had her first open heart surgery. So, yeah. So that's where we stand for now, okay? On my wife's situation and ultimately my situation too, because if she goes into the hospital in ICU again, I'll be going to the hospital every day to be with her in the hospital during this time. Trust me, this type of surgery is, I mean, we've seen people there in the hospital and they don't have people that come by. You're like, where are these people's family or friends? Why don't they have some support? We do have support from our church, from our family. Our daughter's been a real big, good trooper for us, helping prepare meals, helping to clean the house. Since I've been home, that's why I had to wait until I felt sure enough that my wife would be okay with me not being by her. I told her she has to be on good behavior while I'm here for an hour and a half or an hour or 2 hours, depending on getting my stream. But if my phone rings and my wife is trying to get in touch with me, I have to go see what's going on or if she needs something, okay? But that's why I would leave if I need to, okay? So without further ado, we are going to get into Frank Thomas's biography. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. And then once we get her brain taken care of, we can get her last heart procedure that she should need for a while. This one's just I think it's a TAVR procedure where they're going to go through her groin into one of the big veins and oh, no problem. And yes, that's why I do put my family first. But when I can, if this does happen and stuff, I will be back as soon as possible. But it just depends on family first. That is right. YouTube is nice. YouTube is fun. I love interacting with everybody. That's what I like about this. I don't need to be a big YouTuber where I've got 50,000 subscribers. You know, you kind of enjoy just having 1,340 some. It's just manageable. Because what do I get in here? Maybe 7, 8, 10 people if I'm lucky. But that's fine. You know, I do have people that watch. I do my other content I had. I've read the whole Bible. I have playlists in my YouTube channel for listening to the Bible if you ever want to do that. If you ever need some spiritual encouragement, I encourage you to listen to me read the Bible. I do post on Facebook every day where you should be if you want to read the Bible from Genesis through Revelation in a year. I go through every day. I post up on Facebook where you should be in your Bible reading. And if you don't have time to read yourself, you can push the play button and listen to me read the Bible to you. All right. So I just want to throw that out there. We're going to get ready to change the camera and get into our settings for Frank Thomas. There we go. We got Frank Thomas here. Let me think somehow I'm zoomed out. Let me zoom in if it lets me. If I zoom out, hold on. Sometimes it helps if I do this. I don't think I'm zoomed in. Am I got to zoom out. Nope, that's, there we go. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now I think we'll have the whole screenshot when I turn the pages. Okay. But let me get this lined up here. Don't need that there. Bring this up. This one will be a little bit more than some of the days, but then next Tuesday we'll be doing Jim Thome. So we'll be doing him next Tuesday for episode 301. So Frank Thomas, a designated hitter for most of his career. For the National, Frank Edward Thomas was born May 27th, 1968, nicknamed the Big Hurt. Is an American former professional baseball designated hitter and first baseman in Major League Baseball. He played for 3 American League teams from 1990 to 2008, but all but the last 3 years with the Chicago White Sox. A 5-time All-Star, he is the only player in Major League history to have 7 consecutive seasons from 1991 through 1997 with at least a 300 batting average, 100 runs batted in, 100 runs scored, 100 walks, and 20 home runs. Thomas also won the American League batting title in 1997 with the 347 mark. Thomas is a 2-time American League MVP and won a World Series in 2005, although he was injured during the regular season and the World Series. Thomas is widely considered one of the greatest right-handed hitters in MLB history. Okay. Just pop up in the chat here every once in a while. Drafted overall by the White Sox in the 1989 MLB draft, Thomas made his major league debut the following year and immediately impressed with his hitting ability. Thomas was named the American League's most valuable player by unanimous vote in 1993. That year, he became the first White Sox player to hit 40 home runs and led the team to a division title. He repeated as MVP in the strike-shortened 1994 season, batting .353 and leading the league in slugging percentage and runs. Following 2 subpar seasons, Thomas lost a close MVP vote in 2000, despite posting career highs of 43 home runs and 143 RBIs. Still, he was named the American League Comeback Player of the Year, and Chicago finished with the American League's best record. Later in Thomas's career, a variety of foot injuries and minor ailments reduced his productivity and often limited him to a designated hitter role. In 2005, his final season with Chicago, he was limited to only 34 games after starting the year on the disabled list and then fracturing a bone in his foot close to where it was surgically repaired. The previous offseason, he was unable to play in the postseason while the White Sox won the World Series that year. Thomas spent the final 3 years of his career with the Oakland Athletics and Toronto Blue Jays, with whom he hit his 500th home run. By the end of his career, Thomas was tied for 8th in the American League history for home runs, 521, 9th for RBIs with 1,704, and 6th for walks and 16 with 1,667. Among players with at least 7,000 at-bats in the American League, he ranked 8th in slugging average of 555 and 9th in on-base percentage with 419. With a .301 lifetime batting average, he became the 7th player in history to retire with at least a .300 average and 500 home runs. He holds the White Sox franchise record for career home runs with 448, RBIs 1,465 runs, 1,327 runs, uh, doubles 447, extra base hits, walks 1,466, slugging average 568, and on base percentage 427. The White Sox retired Thomas's uniform number 35 in 2010 and unveiled a statue of him at U.S. Cellular Field in 2011. Sorry. Thomas was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2014. In his first year of eligibility, the first White Sox star to achieve that distinction. Thomas was one of the few Major League stars who never fell under suspicion during the performance-enhancing drug controversies of the late 1990s. An advocate for drug testing as early as 1995, he was the only active player who'd agreed to be interviewed for the Mitchell Report in 2007. Okay, get a sip of water here real quick. Okay, I think I keep forgetting to do that. This way I'll speed us up along the way. I will. If you got a big screen TV, this is the best time if you want to see the different big art cards that I have. I don't have anything super and spectacular or anything like that. But at least every card that I'll be showing you here will be all different cards. So none of them will be the same. Okay, and they're not in any particular order. The way I do my card sorting for binderizing by players and stuff is card number order. I go with the numbers first. Actually, it'll be any no number card. Sometimes you might get promotional cards or just numbers with no card number on them. They would be first, and then I do it all numerically. So you'll be able to see some of the backs over here when I turn the page. And then you'll see the fronts here. I got a whole bunch of pages here. I do got blanks because I'll be getting Thomes ready for Tuesday when we do that. So if you have any questions on any of the cards, let me know and I can bring it a little bit closer to the camera so you can see it. As far as early life in college, Thomas was born and raised in Columbus, Georgia, and attended Columbus High School, where he was a standout in both football and baseball. As a sophomore, he hit cleanup for the baseball team, which was a state championship. As a senior, he not only hit 440, but he also was named an all-state tight end in football and played forward with the basketball team. He wanted desperately to win a contract to play professional baseball, but was not selected in the 1986 amateur draft. I was shocked and sad, Thomas recalled in the Chicago Tribune. I saw lots of guys I played against get drafted, and I knew they couldn't do what I could do. But I've had people all my life saying, you can't do this, you can't do that. It scars you. No matter how well I've done, people have misunderstood me for some reason. I was always one of the most competitive kids around. Turn the light off, it might get a little bit less glare on there. In the autumn of 1986, Thomas accepted a scholarship to play football at Auburn University. His love of baseball drew him to the school's baseball team, where the coach immediately recognized his potential. We loved him, Auburn baseball coach Hal Baird told Sports Illustrated. He was fun to be around, always smiling, always bright-eyed. He was also a tremendous hitter, posting a .359 batting average and leading the Tigers in RBI as a freshman. During the summer of 1987, he played for the U.S. Pan American team, earning a spot in the final roster in the Pan American Games. The games coincided with the beginning of football practice back at Auburn, so he left the Pan Am team and returned to college, only to be injured twice in early season football games. In the summer of 1988, Thomas played for the Orleans Cardinals of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Highlights included a 3-homer game in Wareham, as well as a home run over the 434-foot sign in center field at Eldridge Park in Orleans in 2000. Thomas was named member of the inaugural class of the Cape Cod Baseball League Hall of Fame, despite the injury that could have jeopardized his football scholarship. Auburn continued his funding, and baseball became his sole sport. He won consideration for the U.S. national team preparing for the 1988 Summer Olympics, but was cut from the final squad. By the end of his junior season, he had hit 19 home runs, 19 doubles, and batted .403 with a slugging percentage of .801. Thomas concluded his college career with 49 home runs and a school record. In May of 2011, he was inducted into the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. As far as his professional career, he started with the Chicago White Sox in the early years in 1990 to 1996. Turn the page here. All right. Early years 1990 to 96, the Chicago White Sox selected Thomas with the 7th pick in the first round of the June 1989 Major League Baseball draft. He made his Major League debut on August the 2nd, 1990. Against the Milwaukee Brewers at County Stadium. He went without a hit, going 0 for 4, but had an RBI on a fielder's choice, which scored Ivan Calderon, as the White Sox won the game 4-3. On August the 28th, Thomas hit the first home run of his career in a road game against the Minnesota Twins at the Metrodome, which coincidentally would also be the site of his 500th career home run. He hit the home run off pitcher Gary Wayne in the top of the 9th inning as his team lost 12-6. Thomas played in 60 games with the White Sox in 1990, batting .330 with 7 home runs and 31 runs batted in. Sip of water, and I'm up to 10 thumbs up. Boom Slang's in the house. How you doing there, Boom Slang? Trying to get to that magic number of 20 thumbs up, and that's when YouTube starts sending people your way. Let me get Boom Slang in here. What time's the San Diego and Dodger game tonight? Anybody know by chance? And sorry, Mickey, the Mets beat the Phillies. I was pulling for the Phillies this year. I wanted Philadelphia to win, get in the playoffs. Okay, let me turn the page again here for our next section. All right, Thomas became known for his menacing home run power in the on-deck circle. He routinely swung a rusted piece of rebar that he reportedly found during a renovation project on Old Comiskey Park. In his first full season, Thomas established himself as a multi-talented hitter, combining power with hitting for average, drawing walks, and driving in runs. In 1991, Thomas finished his 3rd MVP voting with a .318 batting average, 32 home runs, and 109 RBIs, as well as 138 walks. He won the first of 4 Silver Slugger Awards and led the league on on-base percentage, something he would accomplish 4 times during his career. In 1993, Thomas batted .317 with a club record 41 home runs, 128 RBIs, 106 runs scored, and 112 walks. He joined a quartet of Hall of Famers, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, and Ted Williams, as the only players in baseball history to eclipse 300 more than 20 home runs and more than 100 RBI runs and walks in 3 straight seasons. On the back of his historic offensive output, Thomas collected all 28 votes from the baseball writers for a unanimous American League Most Valuable Player award, the first by a White Sox player since Dick Allen in 1972, while leading the White Sox to their first American League West crown in 10 years. At the time, statistical analyst Bill James projected career statistics of 480 homers and a 311 lifetime average. Then manager Gene Lamont was a laudatory of Thomas's skills. If only him, 2 years now, but I'm convinced that there isn't a pitch he can't hit. White Sox announcer Ken Harrelson echoed the praise. In my 30 years in the game, I've never seen anyone like Big Hurt Thomas. Another 30 years. In the game, I've never seen anyone like Big Hurt Thomas. In 30 years, we may be talking about Frank Thomas in the same way we talk about Ted Williams. Thomas cited Harrelson with coining the Big Hurt nickname. Okay, on to the next one here. You're probably thinking when you see the page, why do you have 3 Frank Thomas 1991 Fleers? I'll go over that in a bit on how I determine if it's a different card or not. It's not a variation. It's all the same card, but you'll see something on the back when I turn this page. And that's what I'll show you. In 1994, playing just 113 games, due to a strike-shortened season, Thomas again put up huge offensive numbers, batting .353 with 38 home runs and 101 RBIs. And he led the league in runs scored with 106 walks, 109 runs scored, 106 walks, 109, and slugging percentage a whopping .729 mark. Thomas handily won his second MVP, taking 24 of 28 first-place votes. He is one of only 3 first basemen in history to win MVP awards in the major leagues. Hall of Famer Jimmy Fox in 32-33 and Albert Pujols 2008 and 9 are the others. The 1994 shortened season was due to a player strike, and perhaps no one felt the sting of the strike more than Thomas, who stood poised to achieve one of baseball's most prestigious honors, the Triple Crown. Not since 1967 had any player finished the regular season first in average, home runs, and runs batted in. Thomas had recorded 32 home runs at the All-Star break and was contending for the honor when the strike occurred. Pressed by the media to comment on his accomplishments and his future, Thomas downplayed his own significance, telling the Journal-Constitution, "I'm not being one and being known as the best by the fans or the media. I care how I'm perceived by my peers. I can settle for the label one of the best because that means you're considered an elite player." Thomas would continue putting up significant, well-rounded offensive numbers, always placing in top finishings in Major League offensive categories, though rarely leading in any one stat. In 1995, he hit .308 with 40 home runs and 111 RBIs. In 1996, he hit .349 with 40 runs and 134 RBIs and became an All-Star for the 4th time, while finishing 8th in MVP voting. Okay, now on to the differences in these cards. Now you can't notice them as much, but these two are brighter. This one's a little bit darker. yellow. But then when you get to the backs of the cards, you can see the definite different ones. This one's like the base yellow. This one's a darker yellow, and you can see them when you put them together. And then this one is what I call a bright yellow. So it's just 3 different tonings of the yellow in the back is what makes these different only on the back. And I know there's probably, I can't remember if it was the yellow with the 1991 Fleer where there's lots of errors and stuff like that. But you could rack your brain all day long and still not find all the error cards probably that are probably in different sets and stuff like that. But those are always fun things to strive and go for also. Okay, so latter years, 1997 to 2005, from 1991 to 1997, Thomas finished in the top 10 of the MVP voting every year. In 1997, Thomas won the batting title and finished the 3rd MVP voting. However, due in part to personal strife off the field, his offensive production wavered during the next 2 seasons. Never a defensive standout at first base during the early part of his career, Thomas nonetheless preferred playing in the field to serving as a designated hitter, saying that it kept him focused. The fact that he did generally hit better as a first baseman created a dilemma over the years for the White Sox as to whether to use him as a designated hitter, which would reduce wear on his body but might cost some offensive production. By the late 1900s, the minor injuries were tending to keep him unavailable for short periods, and 1997 was the last year in which he played more in the field than as a designated hitter. Thomas rebounded with the force. In 2000, when he hit .328 with a career-high 43 home runs and 143 RBIs, Thomas finished second in MVP voting that season, behind Jason Giambi of the Oakland Athletics. Thomas also won the 2000 American League Comeback Player of the Year award, but this would not mean an end to the rocky path he would follow later in his career. In 2001, after his father died, Thomas also announced during the same week that he would undergo season-ending surgery after an MRI revealed a triceps tear in his right arm. He was distraught from the combined impact of both personal and professional strife. "This is the worst week of my life," he said during a press conference in Chicago. "First, I lose my father, then come back and find out I'm lost for the season." He only played in 20 games that year, batting just .221 with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs. He rebounded from his injury and played in 148 games in 2002, but hit just .252, a career low for a complete season, and would never again approach a .300 batting average. However, his power and ability to get on base, drive in runs were still in his offensive arsenal, and he finished the season with 28 home runs and 92 RBIs. Always a patient hitter, Thomas led the American League in walks 4 times. Through the end of the 2006 season, he was second among all active players in walks and third in on-base percentage, and ranked among the top 20 lifetime in both categories. Thomas had another solid season in 2003, and he tied for second in the American League home runs with 42, and was the league's top 10 in walks, extra base hits, and slugging average, and an on-base plus slugging, as he led the major leagues in fly ball percentage with 54.9. In 2005, Thomas again suffered from injury, but hit 12 home runs in 105 at-bats over 35 games, demonstrating his continued power at the plate. Adding together the 2004 and 2005, he had fewer than 350 total at-bats because of injuries, but hit 30 home runs and drew 80 walks as a member of the White Sox. Thomas and teammate Maglio Ordonez tied a major league record for back-to-back homers with 6 in one season. Okay, go ahead and turn the page here. You can see some more Frank Thomas cards. Joe Darvish and Yamamoto tonight, Titus. First Japanese matchup in playoff history. Oh, that's going to be fun. You are on the big screen and enlarged. That is good. So they can see the different baseball cards for Frank Thomas here. Oh yeah, and the reason for these two here, I'll back up a second here. This is the base version, and this is the Topps Gold version. As you could probably see that in the back here, they look the same, but on the fronts, they are different. Okay. In 2005, the World Series. In 2005, manager Ozzie Guillen led the White Sox to a World Series victory in their first in 88 years. Thomas was not on the postseason roster of the series-winning team due to injury, but the team honored his perennial contributions to the franchise during Game 1 of the division series against the Boston Red Sox. Thomas was chosen to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. What a feeling, Thomas said. Standing ovation all around the place. People really cheering me. I had tears in my eyes. I really know the fans cared that much about me. It was a great feeling. One of my proudest moments in the game. Though Thomas was not on the postseason roster, he did earn a World Series ring for his contributions during the season. That's awesome. Departure in 2005. Thomas established several White Sox batting records, including all-time leader runs scored, 1,327, home runs, 448, doubles, 447, RBIs, 1,465, extra base hits, 906, walks, 1,466, total bases, 3,949, slugging percentage, 568, on-base percentage, 427. At the time he left the team, his 448 home runs were more than twice as many as any other individual had hit for the White Sox in their 105-year history. Okay. Here's a heavy metal card there. Got snuck in there. Okay. Here's our next page for Frank Thomas. Despite his perennial offensive production and established fan base in Chicago, the White Sox elected to release Thomas in 2005. Thomas later expressed disappointment with how his 16-year tenure with the White Sox was ended, saying that Chairman Jerry Reinsdorf did not call him to tell him he wasn't coming back. He also said that he and Kenny Williams did not see eye to eye after Williams became general manager. Following the 2000 season, at the time, Thomas was unhappy that his next to last deal with the White Sox contained a diminished skills clause, and he said the White Sox should have traded him after the playoffs that season. I've got a lot of respect for Jerry Reinsdorf, I do, but I really thought the relationship we had over the past 16 years, he would have picked up the phone to say, big guy, we're moving forward. We're going somewhere different. We don't know your situation or what's going to happen. I can't live with that. I really can, Thomas said, but treating me like some passing by player, I've got no respect for that. Thomas said that he was not bitter or angry and had joined the A's with an open mind. As far as the Oakland A's is our next section. Oh yeah, I always like when I see these. Here is an original home field advantage Frank Thomas card. All right. The Oakland Athletics in 2006. Thomas signed with the Oakland Athletics a one-year $500,000 deal with incentives on January 26, 2006. The Athletics installed Thomas as their everyday DH and started the season slowly, hitting .178 through May, but ending the season as team leader in home runs, RBI struggling percentage, and on-base percentage. He provided a powerful right-handed bat in the middle of the lineup for the division-leading Athletics. And he had a stretch where he hit a home run in 6 straight games. On May 22nd, 2006, Thomas homered twice in his first game against his former team. Before Thomas came up to lead off the second inning, a musical montage played on the Jumbotron at U.S. Cellular Field, paying tribute to Thomas's legacy with the White Sox. He was cheered at his introduction by the White Sox fans. Moments later, when he hit his first home run of the night to put his former team behind in the score 1-0, the Chicago crowd gave Thomas a standing ovation. Thomas rejuvenated his career playing with the Athletics, placing 5th in the American League with 39 home runs and 8th with 114 RBIs. He also was key to the team's stretch drive to the playoffs. For the week ending September 10th, he was the league's player of the week after hitting .462 with 5 homers and 13 RBIs. The 2006 season provided Thomas the opportunity to play his first postseason game since 2000 due to having missed the 2005 playoffs with an injury, when the Athletics clinched the American League West title, defeating the Seattle Mariners 12-3 on September 26th. During the A's His performance during the opening playoff game earned Thomas the distinction of being the oldest player to hit multiple home runs in a postseason game. He led the A's to the ALDS victory, going 5 for 10, with 2 home runs in the series. In the 2006 American League Championship Series, the ALCS, he went 0 for 13 in what turned out to be his last postseason appearance. On October 7, 2006, he finished behind Jim Thome. His replacement was the White Sox DH. In voting for the American League Comeback Player of the Year award, he was awarded the American League Players' Choice Award for Comeback Player, and he finished 4th in the vote for the MVP award. Next up we've got is the Toronto Blue Jays. Turn the page real quick here. Clayton Edison. How you doing there, Clayton? Long time no see. I'm going to get you logged in here, Clayton. It has been a while since I've seen you. Thank you, and welcome back. Welcome back. All right. Let me do a refresh here. See if we're up and the thumbs up here. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Toronto Blue Jays, 2007 to 2008. On November 16, 2006, Thomas signed a 2-year, $18 million contract with the Toronto Blue Jays. According to MLB.com, Thomas was scheduled to make $9 million in each of the 2 seasons. The contract included an option for 2009, contingent on his reaching 1,050 plate appearances over the next 2 seasons, or 425 plate appearances in the second year of the contract. On June 17, 2007, Thomas hit his 496th career home run against the Washington Nationals, giving him his 244th home run as a DH, breaking the record previously held by Edgar Martinez. On June 28, 2007, Thomas hit the 500th home run of his career, becoming the 21st Major League player to do so. It was the 3-run shot off Minnesota's Carlos Silva. Thomas's 500th home run came on the same day Craig Biggio hit his 3,000th career hit. Despite Thomas being a player for the visiting team in the game, the Metrodome scoreboard still paid notice to his achievement, and he was later ejected from the same game. On September 7, 2007, Thomas hit 3 home runs in his team's 6-1 win over the Red Sox. It was the second time in his career that Thomas hit 3 home runs in a game, the first time also having been against the Red Sox on September 15, 1996, in a White Sox loss. Knuckleballer Jim Wakefield started both games for the Red Sox and gave up 5 of the 6 home runs Thomas hit, including all 3 in the first game. During spring training in 2008, Thomas expressed his confidence about the team's chance for the upcoming season. Thomas hit his first home run in the season against the Red Sox reliever Manny DeClermont, leading the Jays to a 7-4 victory. On April 19th, before a game against the Detroit Tigers, manager John Gibbons benched Thomas. Thomas expressed his frustration about the decision and vowed that his career would not end like this. On April 20th, 2008, the Blue Jays released Thomas. His return to Oakland. 4 days later, after his release from Oakland, the Athletics and Thomas agreed to a term for his return. In his final game with the Athletics on August 29th, he went 2 for 4 after playing 55 games with Oakland due to time on the disabled list. Thomas hit 5 more home runs to bring his career total to 521, while posting a .263 batting average. On October 31st, 2008, he became a free agent. Retirement with Chicago. After not playing in the 2009 season, Thomas signed a 1-day contract with the White Sox on February the 12th, 2010, and announced his retirement. During the same press conference, the White Sox, for whom he played for the first 16 seasons of his career, announced that they would retire his number 35 on August the 29th. Thomas is the only player in Major League history to have seen consecutive seasons of a 300 average and at least 100 walks, 100 runs batted in, and 20 home runs, 1991 to 1997. The only other player to have more than 5 consecutive seasons accomplish this feat was Ted Williams, with 6. The accomplishment was even more remarkable considering that Thomas played only 113 games in the strike-shortened 1994 season. There are only 6 other players in history who have both hit more home runs and have a higher career batting average than Thomas. Ted Williams, Hank Aaron, Jimmy Fox, Babe Ruth, Manny Ramirez, and Willie Mays. Turn the page again here. Can't remember. Oh, I think this was just placement as to why I left the blank there, I think, for space for some of the variation cards, I think. But it's always good. That way, if I get some more Frank Thomas cards, I don't have to switch too many cards around much. Stance against performance-enhancing drugs. And early in his career, Thomas, by his own admission, used greenies to deal with difficulties of traveling. Thomas implied that he stopped using them after the collective bargaining agreement between the union and the league regulated teams' travel schedules. However, as early as 1995, Thomas was advocating drug testing for professional baseball players. After hitting his 500th career home run in 2007, Thomas stated, "It means a lot to me because I did it the right way," alluding to Barry Bonds' then going on pursuit of Hank Aaron's career home run record. Thomas was then the only active player to be interviewed during the preparation of the Mitchell Report, and he did so voluntarily. Thomas has been critical of the election of certain players to the Hall of Fame who he said we all know used PEDs. Thomas said he was not happy about the 2017 election of Jeff Bagwell and Ivan Rodriguez, who he said, it's no secret, used PEDs. In a 2018 interview with the Chicago Sun-Times, Thomas complained that his career was stepped on by competitors who used PEDs and was the most hurt of any players in that era. Okay. Turn the page again. You have some of his playing accomplishments here. He was a 5 times All-Star, 93 to 97, 4 times Silver Slugger Award winner, 91, 93, 94, and 2000. On June 8, 2007, Thomas became the 21st player in Major League history to hit at least 500 home runs after he hit a first-inning home run at Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. Thomas is on a short list of players who have 500 home runs while maintaining a career 300 batting average, joining Hall of Famers Babe Ruth, Jimmy Fox, Mel Ott, Ted Williams, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, and later joined Manny Ramirez and Miguel Cabrera. Thomas is also on a short list of players to hit 500 career home runs and accrue at least 1,600 walks. The others are Babe Ruth, Mel Ott, Mickey Mantle, Barry Bonds, Ted Williams. Thomas was the first player in Major League history to win 2 Silver Slugger Awards, each at 2 different positions, in 1993 at first base, 93 and 94 at first base, and 91 and 2000 as designated hitter. He was only the 11th player in history to win consecutive Most Valuable Player awards and the first American League he was the 3rd player, Eddie Murray and Hank Aaron, to collect 500 career home runs and 120 career sacrifice flies. His 138 walks in 1991 season was not only the most accrued in a season by an American League player in the 1990s, it was the most for a season by an American League player since 1969, when Harmon Killebrew walked 145 times. Thomas's .729 slugging average for the shortened 1994 season was the highest season mark for an American League player since Ted Williams, with a 0.731 slugging average in 1957. Only Mark McGwire's 0.730 in 1996 has been higher since then. The shortened 1994 season, Thomas achieved on-base percentage of .494, which also was highest season mark for an American League player since Ted Williams. .528 on-base percentage in 1957, and no American League player has topped this since. Retired as the all-time leader in home runs by a designated hitter with 269, David Ortiz later broke his record. He is the only player in Major League history to hit over 100 sacrifice flies and not collect a single sacrifice bunt, as well as the only player with over 10,000 plate appearances and no sacrifice bunts. The White Sox retired his uniform number 35 during an on-field ceremony on Frank Thomas Day, August 29, 2010. then as far as his retirement. Turn the pages again to our next page. Are getting closer. Yeah, I think. Look, next to the last page, right here. I think we're almost done with the biography too, so that's pretty good timing, actually. All right. As far as his honors, the White Sox announced that they would honor Thomas with a life-size bronze statue, and it was unveiled on July 31st, 2011 on the outfield concourse at U.S. Cellular Field. It is the 8th statue on the outfield concourse. Thomas was elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2014 with 83.7% of the vote in his initial year of eligibility, and was inducted as a member of the White Sox on July 27, 2014. He was the first player inducted into the Hall of Fame who played more games as a designated hitter than as a position player. All right? And now we will get ready to go over all his Hall of Fame induction stats as I turn to the last page for Future Heroes and the Big Show cards inserts. Those are both inserts, and then we will have next week here, we will have Jim Thome for our next Hall of Famer. So I'll be getting his cards ready this weekend. All right, Frank Thomas. He was a designated hitter and a first baseman in his career, born May 27th, 1968, currently 56 years old. He is batted right-handed, threw right-handed. His MLB debut, August the 2nd, 1990 for the Chicago White Sox. Last MLB appearance, August 29th, 2008 for the Oakland A's. His MLB statistics, batting average 301 for his career, 2,468 hits, 521 home runs, 1,704 RBIs, played for Chicago White Sox 1990 to 2005, Oakland Athletics 2006, Toronto Blue Jays 2007 and 8, Oakland Athletics 2008. As far as career highlights and awards, 5 times All-Star 1993 to 97, 2 times American League MVP 93 to 94, 4 times Silver Slugger Award 1991, 93, 94, and 2000, American League Batting Champion 1997, Chicago White Sox number 35 retired, member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame inducted in 2014. Vote was 83.7% on his first ballot. That was awesome. First ballot inductee. Kind of like Ichiro is going to be this coming year. Junior is still the best, but he is pretty close. There we go. Oh, yeah, I like it. Ken Griffey Jr. for sure. Okay, so that is the end of that. Okay, we're going to go over the family mail, and then we'll get into our end of month drawing. Okay, so we're going to go through Jason's goodie bag he sent me here. Okay, let me close that. Back to here. I'm going to go into settings. Actually, no, I can leave it right here, can't I? I can. So this is the goodie bag that Jason sent me. I won't show all the information here because there's some information on this label. Okay, but we will just do it this way. Okay, so this is a DoorDash order that he sent me. I think he was going to try and find me some other stuff, but this was the replacement for it. So I think I got, let's see, what do we got here? We got a box of M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, regular M&Ms, I guess he decided I needed some chocolate and some stuff for my channel, I guess. Oh, don't worry. I'll be sharing this stuff with my wife. She likes chocolate. And then, this is the best part. I don't know if I'll be sharing much of these. This is what was in the goodie bag here. Thank you, Jason. Do appreciate that. But I don't even, do you even know what they gave as a replacement or what? Just some candy I bought to get free shipping, and they even substituted most of that. Oh, that's okay, because I really like the Baby Ruths. And I'm probably going to eat one here in a second here. But Baby Ruth, Crunch Bars, I can't go wrong with the Crunch Bars. My wife likes, oh, they're both peanut M&Ms, but that's okay. Peanut M&Ms are good too. Peanut M&Ms are good too. But thank you, Jason, for the goodies. They'll be shared. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have a Baby Ruth right now. I guess I have to have two. I took two out by accident. Baby Ruth. I haven't had a Baby Ruth in like forever. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I know candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. But I don't drink liquor. That's okay. I'll take a 100-gram bar would be nice. Actually, no, the 100-gram would be best. But I do appreciate it. And since I pulled two out by accident, I'm gonna have the other one too. Okay. I'm gonna put this all aside for now. We're gonna have to make space soon anyway. We'll leave the M&Ms there. They're not too much in the way, but you can see them. I have an idea what this is. A friend of mine said me he was gonna send me. A friend on Facebook told me he was gonna send me one of these. I was like, oh really? And good thing, because I almost bought one myself. And if you guys aren't familiar with the modernbaseball.com, you will by the time I open this box up. Actually, hold on. I'm going to use my knife because I think it'll work better. Oh, there we go. Let me put my knife back there for now. I don't know how they package this either, so it's probably... Oh, there we go. It says, thank you. Modern baseball has been a major project for me, and I am so proud to share it with you. To share the modern baseball with your friends and family, snap a pic and spread the word. Give them a $5 off coupon and get one yourself. Get a $5 discount for each friend you refer. 1. Give your friends a $5 discount. 2. Get a $5 discount for each friend who places an order. Okay. Maybe I'll promote that on my YouTube channel here. I'll pull this out here. Pretty easy the way they package these. Guess they were just right in case you wanted to get two. I think they could fit two in a box. Anybody out there heard about this? Or even know what it is? Crunch bars. Yeah, crunch bars are good too. I like crunch bars and I love peanut M&Ms. I'm a peanut monster. I like eating peanuts while I'm watching my baseball games. And I like doing it at the stadium too when I'm there. Okay, let's see here. Oh, they got this taped up now. Oh, figures. Yep, they've got it really super taped up. I'm gonna have to super unwrap it this way. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I think I can pull it out this way. It's like a big Ziploc bubble mailer, I think. Oh, I see. I got some cardboard in there. Like, why is this? Like that. Okay, I see. It's probably to protect it. I was going to say, that better not be the cover there, that curved page on the bottom. Okay. So, at least I got some bubble mailer here. And I think that's just cardboard. The official, or what's it say? Official book, The Modern Baseball. Oh, Tyler Burton. And it's signed by the author. Pretty nice. The Modern Baseball, History of the MLB through the Art of Logo Ball. Oh, wow, I like that. The Modern Baseball, Spring Season. How it's made. Oh, this is a table of contents. I like that. I like that. I like the way they did that. And it's dedicated to my son. We're not going to do the whole thing. I just want to highlight the first part of it. How it's made. A winding process of the baseball. Leather and stitches. Design and prototyping. I like that. Stamping and inking. That's when they put on the different logoing on the balls and stuff. Different seals. Verification, so you know. They put a sticker on it. I've got a couple of baseballs like that where they've got the authenticity stickers. And then the beginnings. This will be for another day, but this is nice. 1994, 95, 96 color. Oh, Jackie, dual lig logos. All about the baseball. Maybe we'll do a little series on this one or something. Sharing it on the YouTube channel. I don't know. I'll have to find out for sure if they'll allow me to do that. Let's see. It's got a copyright probably, right? I don't know. Does it have copyright? Should be. I would think it's copyrighted. Usually they put the copyright in front of the book. Oh, yep, copyright 2024. It's right here where my finger's at. Right there. I knew they had to have a copyright on it. I don't know about that, Logan. I don't know. I don't know if that would help them get the calls right. I think we got to go to the robo ump. I'm voting that we go for the robo ump. That's for sure. I'm sorry, but yeah, robo ump. I'm going to stick with that. And you know what? You tempted me with these Babe Ruths. Now I'm a big chocolate dude. Okay. We are done, and it's 4:30, so I got to get this show on the road. I knew that was going to be a big one. So we are going to do this now. And then, actually, you know what? This will be the end of stream official 2-minute warning first, but we won't be ending the show yet. Okay? We won't be ending the show. Wimbledon is getting rid of mind judges and going with computers starting next year. See, I don't blame them. Getting so tricky and so dicey to try and make the right calls. So, as I get my phone ready here, hold on. All right. I gotta get my. There we go. I got the right one. Let me get the right wheel. September, October. There we go. We got 1,000 names in there. We are good. Let me turn off my. Okay. Turn on my sound. We'll do this, and then we'll do the end of stream 2-minute warning afterwards. How's that sound? I don't want to mess anything up here. Okay. So everybody knows here we've got our, for those that have a big screen, you can probably see all this stuff. Okay. So if you have the big screen, you can see it there. You will be able to see who the winners are as we do each one. Let's see. God is great. I would like you and your children in there to choose a number between 1 and 9. 1 and 9 for our initial shuffle. So this has all the names on there. It's all alphabetized, so you can see all the names in here. It goes A through Z. The kids say 9. Okay, I'm going to randomize our big list here, and you can see all the names on here. So what I'm going to do first is I'll do the 9 for the initial shuffle to mix all the names up, and then I will shuffle each time we draw a name, and if you win a prize, just that one entry will come off on the screen, okay? So in honor of the children in Japan, we are going to shuffle 9 times, and you'll see the names get mixed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And as is custom here, and does usually happen here, if you decide that you want to donate your prize to somebody else in the channel, all you have to do is let me know. All you have to do is let me know, okay? So like if you win like 4 or 5 prizes and you say, well, I want to donate them to God is Great or Lock-In or Space Case or anybody else, that's all you have to do, okay? So I will turn up my sound so you can hear the music that we have with our drawings here. I won't put it up all the way, but I'll put it up high enough to hear. And then we will spin the wheel. Oh, I gotta get up here and get the wheel here. Okay, so I will shuffle it after each one. So we're gonna go with the first spin and we'll choose all the winners that are already on the wheel. Big Ray's ball cards. There we go with Big Ray. And for sake of time, I'll just put part of your name on here. I'll know who it is. So Big Ray's got the first prize. So we will remove not all instances. You just get that entry removed. And I will 9 times Beller. Okay. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This will be for the second prize. I'll just do it 9 times since that's what I didn't want to go too high. We'll shuffle them 9 times since that's what the kids decided on the number. And then we'll get our end of stream 2-minute warning for extra entries tonight too. Base case cards. space case. Okay. So we'll remove the one entry. I'm going to shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Seven times out of okay, this will be for the third prize. Remember, we're going to do 10 different, but you can win multiple times. And then sometimes people donate their winnings to somebody. The more times, the more entries you get in for the wins, the bigger the prize. And it's all just chosen. Big Ray's ball cards. Big Ray won another one. Okay. Go ahead and remove that one wet entry. Shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and the music that I chose on this it's all randomized. So we're not playing the same song every time. Just random numbers chosen or random tunes. They're all included on the app there, so. The winner is Dragon Van Town. Okay. Remove that Dragon Pan. And we'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, I like this one all the time. To win Big Ray's ball cards. Oh my word, Big Ray. Scooping it up with 3 so far. All right. Take off that Big Ray. Go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, the whistling again. Big Ray's already got 3 out of 10. Space case. Big Ray. Space case. Dragon Van Tim so far. That one. 1, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So be spot number 7. And the winner is Big Ray again. Oh my word. Big Ray's won 4 out of 7. Big Ray here. Oh, you know Big Ray's in the house, is he? Got that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 3 prizes left. This is for prize number 8. Big Ray's leading the pack. Faith, family, and sports. Finally, somebody else. Okay. Gonna move one Faith off of there. And 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Here we go. All right, here we go. For spot number 9 on the wheel of names for September October giveaway. That's okay. I have a way to get hold of them. And the winner is Matty Ice Cards. Okay. So this will be for the final prize for the September October giveaway. Move that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Final spot on the wheel. That Big Ray's got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 10. And then Space Casey's got 2. Everybody else has got 1. And the final winner is soon to be announced. Big Ray. Oh my word. Big Ray did run away with it. 5 out of the 10. Big Ray. Wow. Wowzer, wowzer, wowzer. Well, Big Ray, you scooped it. You got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Space Case got 2. Faith Family got 1. Matty Ice got 1. Oh, and Dragon Fan Tim got 1. That's one that I missed. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, that was fun. Another giveaway is, let's see. Let me move that one. Yep, we got 990 entries left out of 1,000. That's the 10. We chose them. You guys all witnessed them. Appreciate you guys. Okay. I will get these out. Let me just check, see what my sister said first. Okay. Okay. So let me go ahead and close this up here. We'll show you our October, November wheel. We do have that ready here. We do have one prize. We got 132 entries. We should make it over 150 by today when we're done. Okay. So without further ado, let me put in here quick the 2-minute warning. We do the 2-minute warning here for the end of stream entries. So those that are here can get their. Remember, Big Ray loves the Colorado Rockies. Okay. Thanks, Jason. I thought he liked the Kansas City Royals. No? Okay. Let me start the 2-minute warning here real quick. There we go. I got 450, 452. There we go. Clayton's here. Clayton, you get another 2. Bernie H gets 2 for the October, November giveaway. Okay. Sean the Jedi Master gets 2. Okay. All right. We got till 4:52, and then we'll go ahead and end the stream for today. Appreciate you guys being here. And again, Jason, I'm going to give you that. I think your box probably should be coming in tomorrow. So I will wait and open it up on Tuesday if it comes in. Unless you want me to open it up when I get it in. I'll let you decide there. You still here, Lockin? Oh, it made it to Seattle. Yeah, I wish they'd make a late delivery. Then I could have did it tonight. But I can either open it off camera, but I'd rather open it Tuesday on camera. That way, it's always fun opening your box and seeing what comes inside. So, yeah. Too bad you didn't live a little closer. Then we would have been fine. Okay, I can do it that way. Either way, I don't mind opening it when I on the channel because it is a family mail call package. But you will get credit for the package coming in. Saturday, an extra day in Kansas City for some reason. Sat an extra day. It sat in your neck of the woods, or it might have been here in time, huh? Or it probably missed the dispatch for the last evening truck. That's sometimes what happens. Okay, so let's see. Where did I leave off with? Sean, Bernie, Clayton Addison. I got Clayton Lockin. Let's see. I got Lockin with his +2. And Space Case with +2. Okay, so for the +2s, I got Space Case, I got Sean the Jedi, I got Jason, I got Clayton Addison, I got Bernie H. Did I miss anybody in the 2-minute warning? Okay, we're past that. Yep, I got you, Space Case. All right. Tell you what, I'm feeling generous today. Everybody gets the 2+. I'll add it to your totals when I put the entries in, and we'll give you an update on Tuesday for this week's. Okay? So have a great weekend. Prayers for you and Mrs. B. Thanks there, Sean. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. Yeah, keep her in your prayers if you can, because we got to hope that by the time they do her next CT scan, unless something happens before that. He said if anything starts going wrong or going south, just call the aid cars. They'll come and bring her to the hospital. He said don't drive her yourself. Let the aid cars bring her to the hospital, and then we'll have to take care of it. But we're hoping and praying that we serve a great God. He's the great physician, and he's a great healer. So we are hoping that God can just take care of her and heal her body, so that then she'll be rested up and ready for her heart procedure that she needs to finish to make her pretty much more or as close as 100% as possible. So appreciate it. Let me turn the camera around real quick. I'll say my goodbye and thank you guys for just hanging out with me today a little bit longer. It's always fun on a Fairfield Friday even without a Fairfield. We don't have to have a Fairfield, but it does make it fun to see the different cards and stuff. So I'll be getting this ready for the prizes for today. They will be sent out possibly by weekend's end if I have a chance to work on them this weekend. Space Case. Just send me a Gmail. My Gmail is my full name, Donald Blomdahl. Donald Blomdahl at here. I'll put it in. I'll put my email in here. And I can't remember. Did I? Let's see. Let's see. Space Case cards. Do I got you in my book of names? Let me just check real quick. For Space Case cards. I don't know. Do I have you? Have you ever bought anything from me in the past? Maybe not. Let me just get in here. I got to go through my list of everything down here. Oh my word! Excuse me. Let me see if I have anything for Space Case cards. Oh no, I do not have you. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, you need to tell me who you collect there, Space Case. Yeah, Space Case cards, because you got a 2-tier. You got 2 prizes, so most likely I'll send you something good. But yeah, just here's my email address, Space Case, Donald Blomdahl at gmail.com. Go ahead and just send me an email with your favorite team or your favorite players or who you PC, and I'll add that. I'll add you into my book of names because I don't have one here. Then when I get that, yeah, I will. I got extra pages here somewhere in my book. But yeah, I will get you in here and get you set up with. I know I got pages somewhere around here. I will add you in my book of names. This is what I call my book of names. Everybody I've ever sold a card to, uh, or when I used to do my auctions, my YouTube sales, things of that nature. So, yeah, all you have to do is send me an email. I'll add you into my book of names. And then the next time you win a prize, I'll be set. I'll be sending you something. I usually try and send something that the person or the I was case cards. Case cards. Let me check that one real quick. Maybe you were with me before. Now I won't give out all the you were case cards, huh? Let me see. Case card. I got Card Mafia. Oh wait, here we go. Yeah, case cards. Okay, Casey, right? Oh, I do got it there. I gotta change you. I got this change the page here. You are down in California, right? Uh, I'll just say part of your address. Oh, okay. Never mind. I see it. Your address changed, so I'll update the information on there. Yeah, last time, I think it was back in May of 2021. I will put it in the right place here now. So I'll know where you're at. So when I get that email, yeah, I'll update and put on here. Yeah, because I didn't have who you collected or anything there. Let me just do that real quick. Let me get you in the right spot. Put you right in front of Sportsline here in Tucson, Arizona. You are in, or we're in Petaluma, but I will update your address when I get that from you in the email. But thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. This has been Don Blomdahl, Hall of Fame and more. Been live with our Hall of Fame biography, episode 300. We're only going to be in the 300s because pretty soon I'll catch up. I don't know if we'll finish. Maybe if I have some small ones, I can do a couple in a day and just have them if they're short. I can't remember who we got left for. I know it's just one more row in my Hall of Fame collection right now because I've been switching everything over and adding cards to my binders for all the Hall of Famer players and all the different Hall of Fame player cards that I have. So I am working on that. That's your old address, no problem. All right. So yeah, I'll check that email when I get off the line here, off the live, and then we will go from there. So this has been Don Blomdahl, again, Hall of Fame and more. Having been live this Hall of Fame Friday, family mail call, no FairF Friday, but hopefully next Friday. But until then, you all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed weekend, and you never know, somewhere, sometime, I might show up in a channel that you might do if you do a channel. But I do that from time to time when I see some of the people I subscribe to and deal with on a regular basis. I do try to get when I can, when I'm available, because I have a lot going on right now with my wife. So until then, you all take care. Have a wonderful, blessed evening and weekend, and we'll see you next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Till then, have a great, wonderful day, and watch some playoffs baseball. It's fun. Never know who's going to win, but we'll see the outcome if we watch the end of the game. Bye for now and take care. Appreciate all the help and support that you guys give me. Thank you. Bye for now.